feel right now? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right
That's
now?
how I'm tired I am. I'm not even like, come on, it was a back-to-back for some of us.
The face is off the chain. That's the thing right there. And that's Richard Jefferson to a T.
You've seen that face before. Yeah.
Zoom in on that. That should be the whole show. It was a back-to-back for some of us. Pretty soon it's going to be just you out on the court on this back-to-back.
I'm not going to make it. That will be the end of me. That will
The
be the end.
Clippers versus RJ. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. This is three-time NBA champ Byron Scott. And welcome back to current NBA champ Richard Jefferson, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thank you.
You got to get two more. Compete with your ex-coach.
That's
You're too old for that.
yeah.
You can catch me. You can catch me.
I don't know if I got enough years for that.
As RJ did note in that clip, some members of the Cavs did not play in the scheduled back-to-back over the weekend, specifically LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, all missed the featured ABC Saturday night game versus the Clippers. And GM David Griffin said he got a phone call from Adam Silver less than 10 minutes after that was announced. Adam was not happy. ABC, not happy. The fans who chanted at LeBron through the game, not happy. Heck, somehow also Karl Malone was not happy. He chimed in to our Sage Steele, telling her, quote, if you don't have at least 10 years experience, get your ass playing. It's called work. It's called playing. Now, see, I swore there, and then I got all flustered.
That's okay. It's okay.
Now, if you listen to Cavs, Karl Malone made me swear. If you listen to Cavs management, there were specific and genuine reasons for all three guys to either rest or miss that game. And honestly, it's a variation on what Steve Kerr said last Saturday night when resting his guys against the Spurs, which was a variation, of course, on what Greg Popovich has said over and over through the years. And the science backs all of these guys up. When guys play back-to-backs, they are more likely to get injured. Period. Like the earth being round, Richard Jefferson. That is just a fact. And starting next year, the NBA is going to stretch its 82 games over an extra week of the season to try to improve the schedule. But NBA teams will still play back-to-backs. Marquee players will still rest. And this is where the league has a problem. Because here's the deal. You can't have it both ways. You can't have teams and players, and at this point, even the commissioner saying, hey, the science says the schedule we've set up is so unhealthy, our players can't complete it. But then also say to fans and the TV networks, you know, you guys should still play full price for that same schedule. When I order a pizza with certain toppings and I pay for, the premium ones, well, that's how I expect to get it. And if it's delivered as plain cheese, I want some of my money back. I don't want to hear from the pizza guy, I give you those fancy toppings last Tuesday, that should be good enough. And I don't want to hear that the toppings are tired. If they're tired, great. Let them rest, but don't charge me for them. And the thing is that everyone in this debate is a little bit right. Steve Kerr was right last week about his team's schedule being unreasonable. LeBron was right last night when he said he's given plenty over the years. But ABC and TNT are also right when they note they paid $24 billion for these games. Money players were perfectly happy to pocket as the salary cap spiked. And fans are right when they say if the teams themselves aren't interested in the full schedule, they can't be either. And that's really why the NBA needs to figure out a way to fix this. If you tell people loudly enough and long enough that individual games really aren't that important, they may just start to believe you. Now, Richard, you were part of this.
Did you just
rest
call me
brigade.
cheese?
I did.
Did you just call me plain cheese? That's why. I tuned out the minute you were like, if I only get cheese. I've missed one game this year, and it was because of the birth of my son.
Would you like to be a mushroom?
I've missed one game because of the birth of my. Are you saying I'm cheese?
I'm just saying there was a time in your life you were probably like the hamburger.
There we
the
go.
prosciutto.
Okay, we're fine. That's like okay.
Now
okay,
maybe you're like peppers.
Yes, I don't know
right?
what I am at this point in time. What should the league do?
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy that $24 billion.
Okay, but you think you're going to get it again if the ratings go down because the players aren't there? TV networks aren't going to pay for money they're not getting back. So the bill will come due at some point. I'm not going to keep paying premium prices for my cheese and pepper pizza.
Oh, thank you. Well, the schedule can be completed. Like this is not something that players can't accomplish.
Okay.
But you do increase chances for injury. You do shorten people's careers. So if you want to see LeBron play 17 years, you want to see Kobe Bryant play 19 years, if they have to take off 4 or 5 games in the regular season because they're playing 40 minutes, and LeBron is going to 6 NBA finals. Kobe's going to 8 NBA finals. They're doing USA basketball. Where does the obligation end? You can't have him, Bron, we need you to go win a gold medal. Hey, Bron, we need you to carry the NBA and go to the NBA finals, and we need you to play 82 games. That stint will last him about 13 years.
But what about LeBron? You take a night off when Kyrie and Kevin are playing, or vice versa, and Warriors, you don't rest all of your guys at once.
Well, again, Griff said Griff said something. He's like, well, you know, it's tough. Kyrie did leave the game before, right? Kevin is coming off of knee surgery. He's only played 5 games. So yes, if you want to look at it, Kyrie left the game before with like knee like kind of irritation. Kevin has only been back for 1 week off a surgery. And then LeBron is leading the league in minutes. Why would you wheel them all out there right now, or wheel one of them out there and put that it's like, look, we're going to use this as an opportunity. And I personally feel as a veteran, I use that opportunity to get some extra shots, to get some extra, play in, to get some extra bump, get my rhythm so that if someone's in foul trouble, I'm used to playing 26 minutes. Tristan went out last night when he got hit in the mouth, so I get pushed to the 4, which was something that happened against the Clippers. So now you can use as an opportunity to get better as a team, and that's what Popovich used to do also.
You know what? I think 2 things they can do. I think, number one, we were talking about all this money that the ABC and ESPN as well, pay for these guys to play these national televised games. So I don't think you can't. Yeah, you cannot sit out on national televised games. I think that's number one. And number 2, if you're going to sit them out, and as a coach, I understand that. I want to sit my guys out sometimes and rest them. You made 2 great points when you talk about LeBron and you talk about Kobe. Those are guys that, they've done so much for this league for so many years. You can understand if they say, I need a day off. You can understand that. But make those days off at home. Because, again, especially on the West Coast, when you're playing the Clippers and the Lakers and these teams over here, the Portland Trail, but these fans are going to see them one time. One time, and some of these fans, they save up their money to see the Cavs come to town. And they want to go to that one special game, and they get all their pennies together, and they want to go to that game, and then, boom, LeBron doesn't play, Kyrie doesn't play, Kevin doesn't play. And like you said, those 2 guys, you can understand they had a little bit of injury problems. But for the most part, if you're going to do this, I would say, Adam Silver says, number 1, you cannot sit out on these national televised games. These networks pay too much money for it. And number 2, if you're going to sit guys out, sit them out at home where you have 41 regular season games.
And this is the thing. We've gotten to a point where we just kind of throw it in people's faces. Yeah. You could very easily say LeBron's back is bothering him.
Right.
You can easily say someone's knee has a flare up. So then they're not just sitting out for rest. If you the injury report, you can tweak it a little bit. Popovich made it very, fashionable.
This is what you do? You lie to make people feel better?
Yes. All the time.
Your girl know this?
Yes. That's why we have a great...
That's why we love RJ.
Happy relationships and beautiful children.
That's why we love RJ. He tells the truth all the time.
That's why he was my coach.
Look, I think the NBA in the short term can make sure that those nationally televised games do not involve back-to-backs. So that will take that out of it, and especially the big weekend games, the big.
And guys want to play in those games. Like, guys want to play in these national television games. These are the best for your brand. These are the best for just national news. You go and have a big game, everyone's talking about it. So this is not a game that guys want to miss, but sometimes the schedule works out as such.
I do think, though, then you have to look at maybe you extend the season, stretch it out over an additional week. And I know nobody wants to hear that.
I'm okay with it.
But again, you cannot tell fans and media and all the people who are paying you money, you should pay for 82, but you're not going to get 82.
Right.
So you got to figure out a way.
An extra week, an extra 9 days on the season is not a big deal.
You're just getting paid in.
I'm okay.
There you go. He's pepperoni. Rest is also factoring into the MVP debate. This has been considered a 4-man race, of course, between Westbrook, Harden, LeBron, and Kawhi Leonard. But take a look at this. Here's how the 4 players stack up when it comes to games missed for rest. LeBron has 5, Kawhi 1, Westbrook and Harden have none. Over the weekend, Cleveland.com published an article titled "Nights Off, a Death Knell for LeBron James' NBA MVP Chances." And it noted that over the past 50 years, the guys who win MVP have averaged 80 games a year. So, Byron, do you think that should factor in to our MVP debate?
I don't think so.
No.
I really don't. I mean, I think your body of work is what factors into the MVP. It doesn't matter how many games you miss. if it's rest or injury, whatever that is, everybody knows how good LeBron James is. His stats speaks for itself. His team speaks for itself. So I don't think that should factor in one bit. But right now, it is a four-man race. And as great as LeBron is, and we see this on a year-to-year base, I think that's one of the problems that he doesn't get it all the time because of the fact that you expect LeBron to play great every season. You don't expect Russell Westbrook to end up with a triple-double for the season. You don't expect James Harden to be playing the way he's played in his transformation. So LeBron is kind of his own worst enemy because he is so great and he puts up such unbelievable numbers that's what you expect each year from him. But I don't think missing 5-6 games, due to rest should be should have anything to do with him not winning MVP. Even though Russell, to me, is the MVP this year.
Who's the best player on the planet?
Well, LeBron James. But it doesn't matter. It's the most valuable player this year.
No, I understand.
It's the most valuable player this year.
Split the MVP award. It should be most valuable player should go to best player, and it should be best season.
Well,
it should be two different awards.
But you can also you have the offensive MVP, you have the defensive MVP, you have rookie of the you have so many different awards. But LeBron, what he did in the NBA Finals.
Nobody's ever done it.
No one's ever done it.
Nobody's ever done it.
Best season.
And so look, Russ is having a great year. Harden is having a great year. Kawhi, obviously. LeBron is 32 years old. He's been doing this since he was 18 years old. He is in his, 13th, 14th season. Mm-hmm. It's not that people are tired of seeing it. They've just grown accustomed to his greatness. And so now, now you have to look at it from a perspective of, well, look at what Russ is doing. It's like, okay, yeah, they're in sixth seed, fifth seed. LeBron is the best player on the planet. He's putting up 25, 8, and 8. He is doing things and he's shooting 54% from the field. He is easily the most efficient out of all of the guys out there. So for the argument, it's always going to be what's fashionable. Right now, the triple doubles, those numbers, he is probably Kawhi and him are the two best defensive guys in that group. If you look at what they do,
I'm on the LeBron 2017 campaign slogan.
Oh, we got
as you talk.
Yeah.
So. My campaign slogan is still split the MVP. Yeah. Split the MVP. We had to go, but
I got the moves. One of their employees is on the floor, and he grabs Brandon by the jersey and shoves him. Not holding him back, shoves him. And the fact that they don't get in trouble for that, the refs don't say anything about that, and he puts his hands on one of our players. He works for them. He can touch their players all he wants. Don't touch my damn players. Because if that's okay, I'm sure we can find a couple people here in L.A. that want that job working for the Lakers, too.
Welcome back to the jump. That was RJ's college teammate, current Lakers coach Luke Walton, sounding off after a Bucks team official made contact with Brandon Ingram during Friday's altercation between the teams. You've seen that guy before. You've seen that fire.
I've seen it. I've seen it. And what would have happened if Ingram got hurt? What would have happened if that was somebody that has a little bit more of a temper, and then a fight breaks out? You can get technicals for inciting things, right? And that's all he did.
Look, come on now.
Yeah, that's a little much. Because I know if Ron Artest was right there, and somebody and Ron doesn't know who, Meta, and he goes and does that, then you have an issue. So yes, that's something that the NBA needs to address. And it's like, hey, don't mess with the merchandise.
Well, Luke was not fined, so that
he shouldn't have been fined.
That might speak how the NBA feels. He did ask if.
Yeah, Luke, I got some boys in Inglewood. You need some help? Let me know. I got you. And you don't even have to pay them much. The organization ain't got to, but they'll take care of that. Believe me. I got you.
We're going to leave that there. That's an excellent way to end that segment. We're going to move on to an interesting idea from Dwight Howard. Dwight recently spoke to the undefeated. Even the subject of the Hall of Fame came up. Howard was asked if he feels he's built a resume worthy of induction. He responded, quote, "No doubt. It's kind of swept under the rug because of the perception of all the things that happened in Orlando and all the media stuff. But if you look at the basketball itself, and I don't ever talk about myself, but winning 3 Defensive Player of the Year trophies has never been done." Actually, I don't think that's true. But anyway, leading the league, rebounding 6 straight years, all that kind of stuff, I think that deserves it. Byron, how do you feel about this?
Like I said, when he said no doubt, I was like, no doubt what? I mean, it's a conversation. It's not a, foregone conclusion that he's going to get inducted to the Hall of Fame. As a matter of fact, there's 2 guys who have won 4, Defensive Players of the Year, and that's Dikembe Mutombo and our man Ben Wallace. And I think Rodman had 7, times that he was 7 straight times that he was leading rebounder. So I'm just saying, it's going to be some debate. Rodman also had 5 championships. So if he wins his 7th straight and Dwight wins a championship, then I think that would definitely solidify it. But right now, I don't think that's a foregone conclusion.
You okay?
What do you think, Richard?
You need a nap?
Yeah, I do need a nap. One. There's 2 things. There's 2 things here I want to say.
We wait.
The floor is yours.
One, Terrell Owens.
Yes.
Should have been a first ballot.
Everybody in this room agrees with you.
So there are if you are not a popular player, if there are people that do not,
there is politics.
There are politics.
People that don't like you
that might not like
in the media.
You, in media that they can do things to make sure that your path isn't what it should be. Terrell Owens is,
no doubt about it,
1 or 2 best wide receiver of all time.
Dwight
Everyone knows now. Dwight Howard. People have gotten in with less. People have gotten in with less.
This is a TV show. You have to speak.
I know. People have gotten in with less. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
People have gotten in with less.
So you could see him there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's
Look at this. Look at this.
Marks, right?
People have gotten in with less, and his career is not over.
That's true, and he does have the chance to prove it out on the floor. So I will be looking forward to that.
There we go.
So wait a minute, you looking at those guys saying that he's better?
No, I'm just saying.
He might belong in there.
You said
When
got
he
in with less.
speaks, finally,
Okay.
that is what he is
Yeah,
saying.
I'm sorry.
People have gotten in with less. You're right.
People have gotten in with less than what he's accomplished.
You're right.
So if again, you should never talk about yourself in Hall of Fame, but yeah,
Well, he did.
he did.
Even though he
So
don't talk about himself.
that's on him.
Right.
Yeah.
And what kind of pizza is he? We don't.
Oh, yeah. Right now he's.
The pizza changes. We have to take a quick break. Your podcast, Road Trippin', with Channing Frye. Allie Clifton made headlines after Kyrie told you guys a few weeks back he believes the Earth is flat. And I love that Flat World Champions t-shirt. Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
Kyrie does have some company on the all-flat Earth first team.
It's true. The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Listen.
It's not.
There's 3 ways to manipulate the mind. What you read, what you see, and what you hear.
Okay.
Conspiracies.
First of all, the podcast is very good. You can get it on
Thank
iTunes. It is one of my favorite listens.
Thank you.
I say that when you're not here as well.
Oh,
But the Earth flat, I'm not rolling with it.
but let's open a conversation. That's all.
No,
it is.
you're no.
Let's open a conversation.
No.
Why-
Let's not.
No,
Let's not.
this is how we get to larger problems in our country. Because in all seriousness, when you fly from here to China, how do you get there?
I honestly typically try and sleep on those flights.
You leave California, and I know you have been on one of these planes.
Hey, I understand why
Byron, just
people.
smack him upside
No,
the
I
head
understand.
for me.
I understand why people are a little put off by this, but let's have a conversation. That's all it is.
I just want the t-shirt.
That's all it is. It's about
Me too.
opening a
I just want the
conversation.
t-shirt.
I just want the
Dun,
t-shirt,
dun, dun,
man.
dun, dun, dun. Is the Earth flat and natural? Maybe the Earth is just flat like that. We'll be good. No?
I don't understand. But I don't understand the point of the lie. That's what it is. If one of the things I say is I have no reason to lie to you.
Right.
I have no reason to lie to you in this situation. I have nothing to gain. I have nothing to lose. But why? Tell me why.
You would say that the Earth is round.
So you believe it's flat?
No.
No,
I'm saying
you
tell
say-
me why. Tell me why the Earth
Why?
Is
is.
round?
We
Why would
opened up
we
the
lie to you
conversation.
and tell you
And tell me why would they lie to us? That's it.
And there you go. That's the Make or Miss Buzzer. And we can talk about past teammates now with bitterness. Rajon Rondo setting up a vacation trip for the 2008 NBA champion Celtics, but he is not apparently inviting Ray Allen because of how he left Boston and ended up in Miami. Byron, should Rondo let it go, or do you like this?
Rondo, you got to let it go, man. You got to let it go. I mean, the man helped you guys win the championship. I think it's something
I think
a
it's
little bit
deeper. It's deeper.
a little bit deeper than what you say.
I kind of like it. Look, Ray Allen has an extra ring.
An extra ring.
So he doesn't need
so
the
you
vacation.
can't come.
No, he doesn't need the vacation. And then, I don't know.
Let it go.
Father time. Vince Carter still doing 360s with ease. Richard, why can't you do this?
I can do that.
Oh, wow.
I can do
You're
that.
36, correct?
So now is it that I have to show people I can do 360?
Oh, well,
RJ,
yeah,
that
that's
was
pretty
nice.
good.
Left-handed? Yeah.
Left-handed too. That was nice.
So I can do that, but you're asking me if I can do a 360?
Yeah,
Come on now.
and can you?
I can still do a 360.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice
With
too.
a trampoline.
With a
maybe.
trampoline.
Make Cinderella stories. My Northwestern Wildcats beat Vandy in our first ever tournament game. It was amazing. They came up short against Gonzaga Saturday, however, thanks to the no call on this blatant goaltend by the Zags. Byron, back me up. We got robbed. Come on.
You got robbed with the no call, but you guys wasn't gonna win the game anyway. But you know,
5
congratulations
minutes.
to getting there. You guys played great. Chris Collins, you my
They
man.
battled, and we're
Good
happy
job.
for them. We have to also congratulate RJ. The Wildcats have reached their 17th straight Sweet 16. Producer Danny is happy. Richard is happy.
I'm not doing that. He
Why? Arizona State. How are you guys
U of
doing?
A, I'm ASU.
How's
I'm not
Arizona State?
congratulating
Are you
you.
confident about
At some
their
point in time, you
I'm not
gotta
congratulating you. You went to U
gotta
of A.
come over. You
I
have
got
to
to shout
come
out
over.
Damian
I'm not going
Lillard.
to
I
the
got to
dark
shout out
side.
D'Angelo Russell. They laid it down over the weekend. Thank you to Richard.
I
Thank
ain't
you to
going over
Byron.
to the dark
The
side.
Jump will be back tomorrow.
Bear down.
See you
U of A,
later.
the dark side.
Not happy. Heck, somehow also Karl Malone was not happy. He chimed in to our Sage Steele, telling her, quote, "If you don't have at least 10 years experience, get your ass playing. It's called work. It's called playing." Now, see, I swore there, and then I got all flustered.
That's okay. It's okay. It's
Bad.
okay.
Now, if you listen to Karl Malone made me swear. If you listen to Cavs management, there were specific and genuine reasons for all three guys to either rest or miss that game. And honestly, it took some of us. Pretty soon it's going to be just you out on the court on this back-to-back.
I'm not going to make it. That will be the end of me. That
The
will be the end.
Clippers versus RJ. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. This is three-time NBA champ Byron Scott. And welcome back to current NBA champ Richard Jefferson, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thank you.
You got to get two more. Compete with your ex-coach.
No, that's
You're too old for that?
yeah.
You can catch me.
Feel right now. How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right
That's
now?
how you how tired I am. I'm not even like it was a back-to-back for some of us.
The face is off the chain. That's the thing right there. And that's Richard Jefferson to a T.
You've seen that face before. Yeah.
Zoom in on that. That should be the whole show. It was a back-to-back. For variation on what Steve Kerr said last Saturday night when resting his guys against the Spurs, which was a variation, of course, on what Greg Popovich has said over and over through the years. And the science backs all of these guys up. When guys play back-to-backs, they are more likely to get injured. Period. Like the earth being round. Richard Jefferson, that is just a fact. And starting next year, the NBA is going to stretch its 82 games over an extra week of the season to try to improve.
Catch me.
I don't know if I got enough years for that.
As RJ did note in that clip, some members of the Cavs did not play in the scheduled back-to-back over the weekend, specifically LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, all missed the featured ABC Saturday night game versus the Clippers. And GM David Griffin said he got a phone call from Adam Silver less than 10 minutes after that was announced. Adam was not happy. ABC, not happy. The fans who chanted at LeBron through the game,